Elections with no governments is nothing new in Northern Ireland. The last one in 2017 saw Sinn Féin stay out for 1,044 days. This time it's the DUP that are refusing to enter. They are protesting over the European Brexit agreement called the Protocol. None of the unionist parties support it because it puts a border down the Irish Sea and annexes the commercial side of Northern Ireland. It's not just politicians that oppose it. Those in road haulage, such as Peter Somerton, say that the paperwork is worthless, and if implemented in full, the supply chains into Northern Ireland will stop within 48 hours.
I'll start with the value of the paperwork. The value of the paperwork is zero. And it's zero because these are all goods that are in free circulation throughout the rest of the UK. The cost of it, using the government's own numbers, for the Trader Support Service alone was 340 million. That's for 2.3 million declarations, £150 for each movement between GB and Northern Ireland Extra. Add to that, if they're SPS goods, the cost of health certification, which is about £150. The costs just become astronomical. That's why the government knows and the EU knows they cannot deploy the Northern Ireland Protocol. If the protocol was to be deployed as it's written at any point in time from the 1st of April 21, when it should have been, according to the law, then the supply chain for frozen and fresh goods into Northern Ireland would have, and I'll agree with one of my industry colleagues from last week, would last no more than 48 hours.
The cost of living crisis is already stretching budgets, and with less goods coming into Northern Ireland, costs are rising.
It's not hard to model this out. In fact, we can see it every day, because whenever we're moving goods from Britain to the Republic of Ireland, we can see an extension of the time delay in those goods that used to move day 1, delivery day 3, to now day 1 for delivery day 8. Now that just doesn't work whenever you bring it to the additional complexity of a fully integrated supply chain like exists between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The government knows this, the Commission knows this. It's time that we're actually saying the emperor's no clothes, this doesn't work.
Belfast Port has always dealt with containers from right around the globe. But those from GB mainland are taken to one side, inspected by EU officials, and then told if they can enter the market and what tariffs must be put upon them.
There isn't anywhere else where third countries move the type of goods on the flows that move between Britain and Northern Ireland entering the EU. That just doesn't work like that. That's not how international trade works. It's a container load of beef with one cert moving across a deep water port, getting checked on a period of days into Rotterdam, into Calais, and then getting released into free circulation at the very start of the food process. What we have here is at the end of the process, instead we have got tens and tens and tens of commodities all in the same truck, all moving across the Irish Sea together. One fault on any one of these issues, and I have some examples in front of me. For example, I have an example here where on the same health cert, one product was rejected. So everything that was on the trailer actually went back to Britain. I have an example where the wrong shape of a letter I resulted in product being sent back.
A new election will not bring new results. The same two parties will be back in whatever order, and the more liberal will be squeezed, and the problems with the protocol will still remain. Dougie Beattie, GB News.